All these influencers saying that being sponsored to do negative reviews is a lie, or it's not a thing, or it doesn't happen, they're lying. So recently, the owner of Makeup Geek made a video saying that one of the reasons why Makeup Geek didn't do so well last year is because she was getting quotes from influencers, you know, quoting about $60,000 to do one video. That figure to me was no surprise. It was expected. I wasn't surprised by it. Kevin James Bennett then goes onto Twitter and he starts talking about the figures that influencers are paid to do certain videos and sponsored posts, and he also showed or quoted someone's rate sheet. I don't know whose rate sheet it was, but it was basically a rate sheet, in case you don't know, is basically like a menu or a price list for what a influencer is willing to do to promote a brand's product. So it might be like X amount for an Instagram post, X amount for a product mention, X amount for the item to be in a favorites video, X amount for one video, like a dedicated video, and unfortunately X amount for a negative product review for a competitor brand. Let me just say this, that not all influencers offer that service. Okay, let me just put that out there. Now, the reason why I know this is because I own my own brand, Peach&Pearl brushes, which will be linked down below in the description box in case you do want to have a look and see all of our brushes and cups and brushes and stuff. So obviously I have done some shopping around. I've contacted some influencers, be that they are big, middle, small, micro. I have done my research. I have contacted probably over 150 to 200 influencers because there are so many out there, okay? Just to find out what the rates are, what the ranges are, to find out whether or not they are also offering reviews with the payment of just receiving the products, because you're trying to get a review done for as cheap as potentially possible. So a few people, probably about 3 or 4, have come back and their rate sheet does state that they offer the service of doing a negative product review for a competitive brand. And I find that quite disgusting, and anybody who had actually sent me that rate sheet with that on there, I never contacted again, because I actually find it quite disgusting that somebody would offer that service. Now obviously for them to offer that service, they must know that brands want it, so they have been told about it by management, or they have received inquiries from brands asking them to do this, because it didn't just come out of nowhere. It's kind of like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Like, who first made this a thing? But a lot of, or some influencers are saying this is not a thing, it's not real, it doesn't happen. I'm going to tell you right now, it does happen, because as I said, I have received those rate sheets from influencers offering that service. Now from a brand's perspective, it's kind of like, oh, so there's somebody out there who could potentially make that kind of video on my brand. Gross. On top of that, it's kind of like, do I not believe in my product enough that I need to bring another brand down? I believe in my product. I know my product is good. So if I send you my product, I believe that you're going to like my product enough that you're going to give it a glowing review. And if you don't like my product, I'm going to listen to your constructive criticism. That way I can make adjustments and changes, and I can make my products better. That's what I thought this whole thing was and how it goes, but clearly not. On top of that, on the influencer side, it's kind of like, how low am I willing to stoop in order to collect that bag? Like, I'm going to go and not bash, but I'm going to purposefully make a negative review on a product to help assist another brand. For what? For what? Am I that desperate? And the thing is, that 85,000 price tag was that price tag that I received when I had a look at these rate sheets. Like, they are up there. They are the most expensive service on rate sheets. It would be. Are you that desperate? That's how low you're willing to stoop? I find it gross. I find it disgusting. disgusting. I really do find it just absolutely disgusting that that's how low you're willing to go. At the end of the day, it's because brands are willing to pay that money to bring down another brand. Now the thing is that apparently you can't make a negative review and just bash the product or the brand. You have to state the facts, like, of what makes this particular brand or product bad. Like, you can't just say, oh, this item is just rubbish for the sake of being rubbish, or spew lies. You've got to actually state the facts. So that's how they get around the legalities of it, because you can't just sit there and just say complete and utter falseness about the product. So that's how they get around it. But the thing is that there's no policing of it, because I've seen reviews where like somebody has completely broken and shattered a brand or a product, but then it's like, because there's nobody really policing this thing, it's like, well, how do you know that it's not sponsored? Because they don't have to state it, because they're not promoting a product, they are demoting it. Think about it. So either way, it's kind of like there's this fuzzy gray area. Now this doesn't mean to say that every person who has done a negative review has been paid to do a negative review. That's not the case, because there are some people who go out and buy their own items and they'll review them and give positive or negative reviews. On top of that, what makes it really sad is the fact that us, the consumer, will sit there, watch a review of an item which is positive, and be worried about, well, was this person paid to say positive things about this product? And now we have to worry about negative reviews as well, and say, well, was this person paid a sum to say bad things about this product? What is really messed up about it is the fact that there's some people who just follow what certain influencers say. Like, I've seen certain people say, I'm only buying this if it's approved by so and so a person, or if this person doesn't like it, then I'm not going to be buying it. So it's kind of like, did that influencer even really have a problem with that product in the first place? Because there's some people who are just going to follow for the sake of following, hence the term influencer, because they go off of their love for that person and will take anything that they say at face value. This doesn't mean to say that every person who follows an influencer just follows blindly. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying there are some people who will only buy or not buy products because that person said that it was bad, or that person said that it was good. So that is what these brands are banking on to cause fluctuation in the market. Does that make sense? Either way, I think it's a gross practice. I don't think that anybody should be even offering that service. And for the people who are saying that, it's not a thing, it doesn't exist, they're either lying to their following, or they genuinely have not seen that in their experience, which is a great thing. But I can say, from a brand's perspective of having to shop around for influencers' rates, I have seen this for myself, and it's sad that I can't show you these emails because they have the confidentiality statement at the bottom of the emails, and I don't want to get into legal trouble. But I can say to you, as one person to another person, this is true. It happens. So please be aware of what you are watching and what is being said, and use your own discernment. And I know it's hard to tell whether somebody's lying about something or not. And especially now that we know that these influencers are doing this, like, it's now come to the forefront, it makes it even harder to believe these people that we follow. So I would just say, look, use your own mind. Don't just follow what people are saying. If you think that something might suit you or may not suit you, yes, listen to what they're saying, but make your own choice. If you can go and swatch something or go and try something out in the store, and I know a lot of things you can't do that because some things are only sold online, but at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, listen to what they're saying and take notice of what's being said, but at the same time, it's your choice at the end of the day, and just use your own brain and your own mind. And if this was something that you wanted or didn't want, like, follow your gut instinct. That's the best that I can say, because it's getting harder and harder to decipher who's being honest and who's not being honest. And I just find it kind of sickening that brands are asking for this service and that influencers are happy to fulfill that service. It's quite sick. Anyway, so tell me what your thoughts are down below. I don't know what else to say. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.